show your beautiful extensive kitchen. This is a very, very fancy, beautiful building down in we're down in Burnaby Court. This, I was just saying to you before the cameras rolled, Aoibhinn, that this is one of those kind of parts of Greystones that I've always been aware of, and to my shame just never quite got around to saying, okay, I've got to figure this out and let people know in the town the great work that's done here, because formed in 2002, 15 years old this year. A major part of a lot of people's lives over those years. You would have helped a huge amount of people. So I suppose, just to sort of explain to people, what you do. I think they kind of might guess from the name, but your work is generally with a lot of people, the elderly and the young, especially the marginalised. You help people through a huge amount of different activities and help with their lives in all sorts of ways. Yeah, it's more like a wraparound service, and that's what we really aim to do, is that we sort of, if somebody comes here through the centre or through the community, that we're able to offer a variety of supports to them. So our main two areas that we would provide would be a family support service and also community education programmes. So our family support services would range from having low cost counselling service, low cost play therapy service. We run the Rainbows programme, which is run in St Lawrence's School for Children who suffer bereavement and loss and separation. And we'd also have a domestic violence service that we run in partnership with Bray Women's Refuge. So that's one side of things. So we have that on site here. We have the counselling and the play therapy. We're also hoping to do a Parents Plus programme for teenagers. So parents who are working with teenagers that are going through difficulties, working with the parents and seeing how to sort of relate to their teens. So that's something that'll be up and coming anyway in the next year, hopefully. We'll be facilitating that. It's a fantastic organisation. It's all voluntary. And I'm wondering who were the founders, because I wouldn't know now when it started. Do you know when it started or how it started? Because it just seems all communities should have this kind of facility, and it's a wonderful thing that it's here. But I don't know do you know who founded it? Or? Well, it was started with the Family Support Agency, and now it's TUSLA would be our core funders. Right. Now we do get some donations as well, but like our core funding would come from TUSLA, and then we do low cost services. So any money that we take in would be very low cost. Like say for example, if we're running a Pilates class, that'd be €5. So that would go back into our program. So they sort of fund themselves, and I'd apply for a lot of grants throughout the year as well. So we'd say GoFundMe grant would pay for Pilates, Kildare Wicklow Education Board, they would fund some of our other programs. So I'm constantly looking for extra funding for everything and for play therapy as well. And we'd also get help from St Vincent de Paul for some things, a mixture of different groups. So that would be for our sort of family support. Our other side of things is the community development programs, which we run in the community. Unfortunately, we've outgrown this building. It's a really small building. We've a tiny counselling room, very small office. This is my office, and it's the kitchen, and it's the play therapy room. It's a mixture of everything. So we are trying to source, and a huge part of my role since I've come on board in September is to source another building for us, a larger centre with rooms attached that we can have art classes, we can have 2 counselling rooms, we can have a separate play therapy room, everything that we really need, because at the moment we're paying €300 to €400 for other community centres in the area. Right. So it'd be great to have everything on site, because then you'd get more people who need our service just dropping in for a cup of tea, and we'd be able to then reach out to them in different ways. So our programmes that we offer are run out of the Kenmare Centre in Dr. Ryan's Centre up in Kenmare Heights, the Kilcool Community Centre, and Charles Land we hope to be using now in the near future. So we've a range of courses from sort of Pilates. We have an arts project running Kilcool. We've got line dancing. We've a women's group that meet on a Wednesday evening. Now, are you trying to stop line dancing, or are you encouraging line dancing? Encouraging. You're encouraging. I know. That's what great. What the? Wouldn't be my bag now, but for a lot of people, and I did give it a go anyway. But the growth has been tremendous, because I mean, especially in obviously 2002 it starts, and it would have been getting its feet on the ground and establishing itself, but I know like March 2009 you moved in here to Burnaby Court. That's right. And it also seemed to, in those few years around that, you could just sort of see, okay, there's a real kind of effect this is having on the community, and it's a need, and therefore that you know, as you say, just you need more space to do the work that you're going to do. But I don't know whether you feel, you know, over those years, you know, has the town just become better at addressing these things, or is there more need out there? Because obviously the recession would have hurt a lot of people, and there's always going to be those who need a helping hand, because, you know, just life is tough, and all sorts of side swipes come into it. But I don't know if you feel that it has become that you're just recognising and dealing with issues that were always there, or whether it's actually grown to be you're needed more and more, because I don't know if you feel there's more kind of a hardship going on.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both, to be honest. I really feel the need, like the demand, put it this way, we're getting 2 to 3 applications for the play therapy service per week. Which is just huge. We've a waiting list of 46 at the moment, and we've only been funded for 5 hours a week of that. So you're looking at a 2.5 year waiting list. I think people are becoming more aware of their own issues, opening up a bit more. You've also got the following of a recession as well, where you have a lot more poverty, people really struggling. So we're really seeing that coming into play. A lot of domestic violence cases. We did have our domestic violence launch in November. We're getting a lot of cases of that, like weekly as well. I think it's a mixture of everything, but the demand is definitely there, definitely in the Greystones area. A lot of people think there wouldn't be issues in this area. A lot of people think it's a very well-to-do area. There's issues in every area, and we're really, really seeing that.
Well, obviously you and I drive Porsches and we live in mansions, so you know, we're not affected directly by any stress, so we never have any money worries like that.
None at all.
We're very blessed in that way, you know, touch wood, you know. But that idea too, that the funding is so important, and I'm sure, you know, the local Wicklow County Council and beyond that, you know, the government would recognise, you know, the good that's been done here, and it's not like it's just, you know, like a luxury. This is like, this is helping people get onto their feet and have a full life and be able to make good choices.
Absolutely, it's a complete need, and I think people are more open about their mental health as well. And what's great about this service is that we offer the 2 strands. So for some people, you're working with marginalised people, but like for some people it could be they're marginalised because they're isolated, or I feel you've had a lot of people moving to the Greystones and wider Greystones area that don't know anybody. They're not from here, they're moving here because they've had to, because Dublin is so expensive, and now here's so expensive, so people have to move on again. But you're finding people that aren't from where they're originally from, they're isolated. You have mothers with children who mightn't be from Ireland as well, so it's about, they might come and use our services just to meet other people, but then from those programs that we run, we find out that they might have mental health problems, they might disclose that there's domestic violence, and then we can actually refer them to our own services here, or if not, to external services that we're linking in with constantly. So we're a real wraparound. Someone might come to do a knitting class with us, but then they might disclose that they have mental health problems. Then we're like trying to go, okay, well, we've got counsel, we could put them on the list there. Issues with their children, they might be on our play therapy rainbows, or else we might link them in with MABs, we might link them in with citizens information, and we can go and attend with them. We've a part-time community development worker. I'm here 5 days a week, so we're able to actually offer all those services. So it's really fantastic, and it's lovely seeing someone coming in at one point and being able to route them in loads of different points, and to see that you're actually making a difference in people's lives, and that's what we're about.
I presume if people come looking for line dancing, you automatically put them into mental health issues as well. You just sort of tick a box.
Of course,
beside,
absolutely.
Because, you know, you could, I think, if you could do therapy while they're dancing, just, you know, talk about their issues.
That's
it would really work.
That's it.
But
that could be the only thing they do that week. Yeah, so it's so important.
Now we will put in the contacts for people who want to get in touch with you and who may feel that they'd love to talk to you. But also, if people want to sort of donate, is there an easy way to do that, or is it really down to, I don't know if you have to rely on funding entirely, but people felt, well, this is something I'd like to, you know, help with
absolutely. Well, our website's under development at the moment, but we will have on that an accessible way to donate. But if not, and people can give us a call or give me a call, we can organise.
Well, I'll link to your Facebook page, but also I'll put in phone numbers and emails and all that, so if anybody wants to get through. Well, I must say, well done. I've always, as I said, been aware of it, and just because the guy keeps me busy about 8 days a week, I just kept saying, okay, I've got to go down and talk to these wonderful people. But well done, and we'll keep people informed as time goes on. There'll be any kind of events that are here, but certainly especially on the side of just those who would benefit, you know, just let them know that you're there, and if there's certain classes coming up or something.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have the summer camps coming up in July, and also the family days out, so that'll be on our website and on our Facebook page.
I won't mention the line dancing though, whenever you're doing that.
No, I don't think you're a fan of the line dancing. No, it's okay. We'll get something else in for you, and maybe you could do one of the class.
That might help, but I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.